A ruthless real estate CEO arrived in a small American town to destroy an old diner and build a million-dollar empire. But everything changed when a young waitress placed a forgotten photograph on his table. Within seconds, the powerful businessman uncovered a secret buried for over 40 years, one that connected his family to the diner in a way he never imagined. In the quiet town of Asheville, North Carolina, an old roadside diner called Maple Hill Diner had survived for more than 60 years. Its faded red sign, cracked leather booths, and smell of fresh coffee carried memories of another era. But to powerful real estate CEO Jonathan Pierce, the property was nothing more than valuable land waiting to become a luxury shopping complex. Jonathan Pierce was known across the United States for transforming forgotten neighborhoods into million-dollar commercial projects. Tall, confident, and always surrounded by lawyers and investors, he believed every place had a price. When he arrived in Asheville, local residents feared Maple Hill Diner would soon disappear forever beneath steel towers, expensive boutiques, and polished glass buildings built for wealthy tourists. The diner belonged to 80-year-old Martha Collins, a widow who had managed the restaurant since the early 1970s. Though business had slowed, she refused every offer to sell. For Martha, the diner was not simply a restaurant, it was the last memory of her husband, a Vietnam veteran who built the place with his own hands after returning home from war. One rainy evening, Jonathan visited the diner personally, determined to close the deal. The place looked ordinary to him, almost forgotten by time. Only a few customers sat quietly near the windows while soft country music played in the background. A young waitress named Emily Carter greeted him politely and poured coffee without recognizing the famous businessman seated before her. Jonathan explained his offer directly to Martha. He promised millions of dollars, relocation assistance, and even a small share in the future shopping complex. His voice carried the confidence of someone who had never heard the word no. But Martha calmly rejected the proposal once again, leaving Jonathan irritated and surprised by her unshakable determination to protect the diner. As tension filled the room, Emily quietly approached Jonathan's table, holding an old black-and-white photograph. She hesitated for a moment before placing it beside his coffee cup. Jonathan looked down and froze instantly. The photo showed a young soldier standing beside another man in military uniform outside the same diner decades earlier. One of those men was unmistakably Jonathan's late father. Emily revealed that her grandfather had served alongside Jonathan's father during the Vietnam War. After returning home injured and struggling financially, Jonathan's father was secretly helped by Martha's husband. The diner provided free meals and temporary work until he recovered. Without that support, Jonathan's family might never have escaped poverty. The successful empire he built unknowingly began inside Maple Hill Diner. For the first time in years, Jonathan Pierce became silent. The ambitious businessman suddenly saw the diner differently, not as land, but as part of his family's hidden history. He realized the building carried stories of sacrifice, loyalty, and kindness impossible to measure with money. The polished towers he planned suddenly felt empty compared to the warmth surrounding the old restaurant. The following week, reporters gathered expecting Jonathan to announce the demolition project. Instead, he shocked everyone by revealing a completely different decision. He cancelled the development deal and invested millions into restoring Maple Hill Diner exactly as it once looked. Jonathan also created a community foundation supporting veterans and struggling local businesses, honoring the people who once helped his father survive.